Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm checking out the ED Classic Minimalist wallet from ED CHARLY. Let's check it out. So the ED Classic from ED CHARLY comes in a pretty decent box here. I really like the packaging that they have here. And we have a little ED CHARLY card here, the size of a credit card. And then the wallet itself comes in this little velvet bag, which is a pretty nice touch. But let's get rid of all this and I'll give you guys a nice close-up of the ED Classic from ED CHARLY here. And while you guys are checking this out, let's talk about some of the features. So the ED Classic here is made of full grain Crazy Horse leather. And if you couldn't already tell, I went with the brown Crazy Horse leather. It has 3 credit card slots that can hold between 3 and 6 credit cards, a top-loading cash compartment that can hold 10 plus folded bills, and it even features a coin compartment to hold all your coins. Now ED CHARLY claims this wallet is RFID protected, and as you can see here by my RFID test, it is not RFID protected. No matter which pocket I tested, my RFID reader kept reading the card inside. So what about the dimensions? The ED Classic comes in at 4.02 inches by 3.23 inches by 0.16 inches. And by my weight test, it comes in at 1.1 ounces. That's 32 grams. All right, guys, let's talk about the ED Classic here by ED CHARLY for a second. Now, ED CHARLY is a company out of Singapore, and they first came about back in 2017 because they had a Kickstarter going for these wallets. And it was a successful Kickstarter, I might add, obviously, because I'm sitting here holding one of the wallets. So they offer a few different styles of their ED CHARLY wallets. This one is the ED Classic, and it has the 3 pockets right here on the front with the thumb slot right here for quick access. Then right on the top here is where we have our cash compartment where it can hold up to 10 folded bills. And lastly, I know a lot of my subscribers out in Europe will be very excited to see this because it has its own coin compartment right here with a snap. Now for me personally, I only carry cash for emergencies only, so I wouldn't accumulate a lot of coins, but I know a lot of you guys out there do. So if you've been looking for a minimalist wallet and are a cash carrier and accumulate a lot of coins, you might want to check this out, and we'll get into that a little bit later on when I do my card test and I'll start stuffing some cash and coins in here. And some of their other variations don't have this coin compartment, so make sure you go with the ED Classic if you look at these wallets. Also, this is the version with the regular cash slot here. So the regular cash slot is sewn in at the bottom, so it acts more like a pocket. Their original version has a through cash slot which was open at both ends. Both of those versions are still available as of right now on their website. You can either get the through cash slot or this version right here, the regular cash slot. Me personally, I prefer this version that has the sewn in bottom because I feel like if I put cash in there, even though it might be a little looser and easier to get out, I feel like it might fall out without me knowing one day. That would suck. And as you can see, this brown Crazy Horse full grain leather is absolutely beautiful. Crazy Horse being one of my favorite leathers on the planet. And it kind of makes me wish the entire wallet was made of Crazy Horse leather because they have this interior lining sewn in right here that's supposed to be RFID protected. And by my tests, it's not. Which I don't know if that really matters a lot to you. For me, it doesn't really matter. I don't believe RFID skimming is a huge gigantic problem, at least in this country. But for those of you who absolutely must have RFID protection, this wallet isn't for you. One thing I do like about the ED Classic here is the branding is extremely minimal. We just have the ED CHARLY logo right here on the bottom of the coin compartment. And that's it. You don't see any other branding on this wallet at all. And I'm not 100% sure if this is hand stitched or not. I can't find out any information on their website about the stitching, but regardless, it looks pretty decent. And now let's talk about if it passes the smell test. You guys know I love the smell of leather, and yes, it does pass. The smell here is absolutely intoxicating, just like every other full grain Crazy Horse leather wallet that I own. This one's no different. All right, let's check out the functionality here. Like I said before, it does have 3 credit card slots right here, and we do have 1 quick access card slot right here with a thumb slot. So they say it can hold between 3 and 6 cards. They say 5 plus, but 5 plus to me means 6. And as you can see, the cards, they slide in very easily. So I've been putting my most used credit card right here with this quick access thumb slot, and as you can see, it works very well. So you put your most used credit card right there, you won't have any issues at all. The card in the back here, pretty simple, but it's not as easy, obviously, as the one with the card slot right here. But the card slot right here in the middle isn't as easy. If you guys have been watching my channel for any amount of time or seen my wallet reviews, you know I'm not a big fan of these stacked horizontal card pockets like you see here. Only because that second card slot right here gets kind of lost in between the top and the bottom. So what you have to do is you have to pry your finger in there just to get that card out. I am aware that's just nitpicking, but for me, I put my least used credit card right there in the middle because I don't like trying to pry my card out sandwiched in between these two card slots right here. Now, this being a minimalist wallet, I would probably just stick with one card per slot, but they do say up to 6. So let's get the last 3 cards in there. And of course, it's going to add to our bulk considerably. But overall, not crazy. Now, this is exactly the amount of cards that I carry every day is 6. Not all credit cards, my driver's license, GPS card, store cards, they're all in there. So for someone like me, this would be perfect because 6 cards is the maximum, and you can see what that does to the thickness right here. Now, what about if you're a cash carrier? They say it can hold 10 plus folded bills, and I have 8 American dollar bills right here. So let's see if we can get these in, folded in half. And they do say with this regular cash slot right here, that's not open on both ends, it's gonna be a little bit tighter than the original version that was a pass-through. That's what it looks like with 8 American dollar bills in there. I wish I had 2 more bills to show you just to get the maximum of 10 or 10 plus, but I only have 8. And just because I know somebody out there is gonna ask, yes, you can fit an extra credit card in this top slot if you want to. It fits without a problem at all. In fact, if you're not a cash carrier at all, you can take those 3 cards that I took out earlier to make a total of 6 and just stuff them right there in that cash compartment. Just right out of the way. This way you don't have to worry about doubling up those card slots right here in the front. And now let's talk about this coin compartment here. As you can see, it is secured with a snap. Now I only have 5 American quarters here for demonstration purposes, but this thing can easily take it. There's plenty of room in this coin pocket. Yes, I realize this is great news for those of you out there who like to carry coins, but I don't like to carry coins. I don't like the rattling in my pockets. Yes, I realize that coins are used a lot more in other countries than here in the US, but for me, I stick with the paper money or the cards. And once again, just because I know you guys are gonna ask, do these cards fit in that coin slot? And yeah, obviously it fits fairly easy inside of that coin compartment here. I wouldn't recommend it. That's all 6 cards right there that just fit into that coin compartment. And yeah, it doesn't exactly fit too well, but if you wanna put just a couple extra cards in there in that coin compartment, if you're not really using coins or anything, if you put 2 in there, fits almost perfectly. So by my count, you can fit 2, 4, 6 cards in these slots right here, another 3 cards in the cash compartment, and at least 2 more cards right here in the coin compartment, just to give you an idea of the capacity of the Ed Classic. All right, let's talk about what I like about the Ed Classic from Ed Charley. First off, I love the full grain Crazy Horse leather. As I already mentioned, it's one of my favorite all-time leathers, and it looks great, it smells great, it feels great. I like it. I like the quick access card slot right here with the thumb slot. It makes it very, very easy to get your card out of this front pocket. I like that they give you an option between the regular cash slot here or a pass-through version. Even though I'm a fan of the regular sewn-in pocket for the cash, I do see the appeal for the pass-through version. And even though it's not my thing specifically, but I do like the fact that they give you an option for a coin compartment. Not the biggest deal for us here in the States, but for other countries, this is a huge deal. And next, obviously, in the positive section, I'm going to talk about the price. This wallet is only $45 US. I've seen very similar functioning wallets with the same materials go for a lot more than this. So I feel like I have to put the price in the positive category for this wallet. All right, let's talk about what I don't like about the Ed Classic. Well, just by nature of stacking 3 horizontal card pockets on top of each other, I never, ever am a fan of the middle card slot right here. Just because it always gets sandwiched in between the bottom and top card, I think it's useless. So how do you fix that? Just space the card slots out a little farther. And my next negative about this wallet is they claim it's RFID protected, and by my tests, it's not. Even though I don't believe RFID skimming is a huge problem, I think it's just a made-up problem made up by wallet companies. But once again, if it gives you peace of mind and you want RFID protection, this just doesn't have it. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this video. What do you think of the Ed Classic by Ed Charley? Now if you guys want to check it out for yourself, I will have links below in my description box. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please give me that thumbs up. Please subscribe. And go!